right? Don't block out the white noise and hone in, right? You need to eliminate at least 80% of the white noise when you focusing and concentrating on the task. You could do that. You will do it efficiently, and you will do it with fluidity as well. Then you move on to the next task. If you do it, that's when you're gonna get the most optimum timely manner that you're looking to ascertain. So after you after you finish the first one, you go to the second one, right? Go to the second thing and do the same shit to that shit. Knock that shit down and go to the next one and do the same thing to that. You got to stay on that on that rhythm. You begin to establish a rhythm by the time that you do it 76, 77, 78 times. The 78th Neteru is merit. Merit is the deity of music. Rhythm. You got to get a rhythm going, right? And once you get into a rhythm, you begin to create a pattern, you know, that's overlaid on a grid line of a blueprint that's connected to another blueprint. It's just a galactical blueprint that your subtle body, which is you, connects to, and you receptive. You trust the information just as much as you trust the Wi-Fi signal that's being sent to your computer. You also trust the Wi-Fi signal that's coming from your cell phone company. You follow? And you just trust that all the data that it provides is going to be there at your beck and call. You have to realize that your oversoul is like that at that capacity and a lot more. It's just, are you aware of yourself at that level? And many people negate from making the connection with their own self. You have to connect with you first. Connect with you. Get your connection with you down pat. Know who you are. Know what you're capable of doing. Know what you love to do, what you don't love. Address your deficits. Look at the void in yourself. Just work on that. And then when you get that, now you start working with your dearly departed because you owe them a debt of gratitude. Your progenitors. I ain't talking about your cousin or your sibling. You don't owe them shit. You owe it to, you owe it to them women in that bloodline because they put their life on the line. But you owe it to the man too for laying that seed. You hear me? And this is just showing proper etiquette in the spiritual realm. This is what allows you to get a spiritual ranking, spiritual currency, right? Spiritual favor. And you ain't doing it just to do that. You're doing it because it's the right thing to do. You know, it ain't about what you're doing when everybody looking. It's about what you're doing when ain't nobody looking. When ain't no nobody see what you're doing. You ain't even told nobody. You ain't even intend to. That's when it count. You hear me? That's right. Gotta have some integrity. You know, I have a multitude of fascinating things that occur, but I don't have to share all of them. Right? I just see what's relevant and what helps others, and then I share that. Anybody got any questions out there? I'm your beloved brother, Dr. RéKnowology. For those that are not aware of me, Master Organite Tech Builder. I am a teacher of RéKnowology, wielder of primordial energy, and you're now dialed in the Q&A with Dr. Ray. That's what this is. There is no set topic to this platform. It's just questions and answers. And if you do have questions, I implore you to leave them in the comment section. Also, please do not promote in the comment section. I would humbly appreciate that. All right, we almost at 50K likes. Shouts out to the 1089 tech community. Y'all tapping that button. You keeping that shit popping. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all keep it going, man. Get up on this board. All right. Come join us in Atlanta. Join us in Atlanta, March the 7th and the 8th for the 1089 seminar. Tickets are available on the website. All right. Now, what we was dealing with, ain't nobody had no question or nothing. I said at 50,000 likes, we'd get on up here. All right. Now, where we was at yesterday, right? We were dealing with the intuition, the first mind, right? That's where we left off. The first mind connected to your intuition. Your thinking is connected to your first mind. It's like it's an input, you know. It has an input wire that goes into the first mind. Now, on the other side of your thinking is your physical mind. That's in your heart plexus. As you see inside this brother right here. That circle in there, that's the heart plexus. It's the physical mind. This is where the physical mind controls what we see, what we taste, what we touch, what we hear, what we smell. And this is also where our thinking is housed, right? Right there in the heart center. A lot of people think their mind is in their head. That's not where your mind is, right? And when you begin thinking right here in the brow of Heru, which is also located in the brow chakra over the eye, see that? When you begin thinking, your physical mind tries to butt in and get you to start second guessing yourself. It'll get you to start doubting yourself. That water got too many ripples in it. It's too muddy. Then it starts to be uncertain because you're starting to think, and your thinking is taking you into the range of your first mind. You're going beyond the physical mind and going into the brow chakra. So you're going from the heart to the brow. And that's where your intuition, your clairvoyance, your telepathy, your psychometry is there, right? You're going into the range of your higher self, right? And you're putting on the crown. When you got the crown on, that means that you're a ruler, right? Not the ruler of the people. That means you're the ruler over yourself. You're the ruler over your mind. And if you start to rule your mind, right, it'll start minding you. And you'll become the mastermind. But while you got that mastermind, you got to be doing what you know what you have mastered. So I tell y'all, I'm a master OrgoniteTEK builder. All right, let me pay attention to this orgone and see what I could do with this. And then I started to concentrate. I put my concentration and my focus into it, and I got better. I got efficiently better, all the way up to the point that I started getting promptness from ascended masters and stuff like that. And those are in your windows to me to let me know, like, yo, man, you're on the right track with what you're doing, right? But it all starts with the self, you guys. And when you come join our community, and for the people in the community that haven't done it yet, you need to download the Relationship with Oneself and the RéKnowology of Alkaline Water. Download those two books. Make sure that you get them inside your database, your download database. Y'all want to join the community? All you got to do is purchase a piece of tech. So we want to start tapping in with the first mind. We don't want to we don't want to keep second guessing ourselves. We don't want to keep doubting. We don't want to fall into faith and belief. Because when you fall down into faith and belief, That means that you was too uncertain. You was too uncertain about the thoughts that was passing through your mind, through your physical mind. Because you letting the mind run wild. That shit got full control. Right? You done gave the mind like way too much control. You done did way too much for it. And now it's done ran wild. It's coming all out your throat chakra. You ever seen somebody and they just be they be off the damn chain. You can't even stop talking. Like, yo, man, shut the fuck up. And then don't even be talking about nothing. And sometimes they just be extra loud, and it's like, yo, what the fuck is going on? That's their mind and took over. I don't care. I don't. That ain't even them. That's the mind. They just think that they their mind. I'm telling y'all, man. Right? So the mind's eye comes out the brow. Right? You got your binary glands. Right? That's connected to your ears. Like I told you, when you in meditation, is the art of listening. You have to listen because your subconscious mind records everything that you can hear and that you can't hear, that you can see and that your physical eyes can't see, but the mind's eye can see. It even records everything that the higher self has experienced as well. That's how vast your subconscious mind is. And we don't take enough time to discover, on the path of self-discovery. We don't look at the fascination of just our existence. And we don't study ourselves enough. We don't. We get too much attention to other shit, right? And that's just what it is. Anybody got any questions before I take this board down? I'm about to wipe the board down. No? Everybody good? I think y'all got this yesterday. Some people didn't get this yesterday. Leave a 9 in the comment section. If you need a second, if not, I'm gonna take it down. I always put it back up there anyway. Now we'll go to the next level of the mind. We're gonna go over Geb. This is what we was covering in the school. Click the link in my bio. Join us on the school. If you need that type of guidance. Now, if you know all this stuff, that's good. Like I told y'all, I'm focused on the people that's new. Somebody got to think about them people, man. Somebody wants stuff explained to them. Some people have questions. And it's okay. If you got 7 years or less, you just a neophyte to me. Right? Neophyte. It's a lot to learn. And that's okay. We eternal beings. We ain't no limited beings. You did? All right. So you got this guy right here. We're going to get rid of this stuff. Uh-oh. I took his eyebrow out. I look like Victor Villanueva. Shouts out to Victor. All right. That's a little bit off, but y'all get it, right? See that? It's the tree of life grid going over the heart plexus all the way up to the sky chakra, right? Now, just dealing with our moon. Hold on a second. Y'all tap that screen for me. Tap the screen. I gotta. Our moon represents consciousness, the original state of being, right? Then you got a Asar, who sits in the next position, right? And the Asar represents the omnipresent. This represents the all in all. The omnipresence represents one with all. These are stages of consciousness. Then you got Tahuti, who represents all knowing. Then you have Sakurt. Sakurt represents all powerful. all understanding. You see that? Then you have Mayat. Mayat represents law, governing, nature, and thinking. See that? Then you got Hirukuti, right? That's divine justice, law, and deals with analytical thinking. You see that? These are the cerebral zones that your consciousness moves through, connected to the grid line over your body with your chakra points. We're gonna go into detail on this on as the week go on. Then you got Hiru, right? And Hiru represent your free will. Doing like this. Hiru represents your free will. Put free will right there. Right? You got the free will of Hiru and circumspectal thinking. Then you got Sobek. He deals with the rational and logical mind. Then you have congregative thinking of Hiru. Sobek got segregated thinking. And she got congregated thinking, right? That's dealing with the creative mind. Then you have Geb at the bottom. He dealing with the physical world. Remember I told y'all, this is where the physical mind comes into play, is right here at Geb, right? Come in at Geb. It's really right here in the solar plexus. And I told y'all that's where the umbilical cord attaches to. For those that's been following the RéKnowology, those that's been watching 1089 TV, I'm filling in a lot of gaps, especially those that come to a webinar. Then you have Offset, of course, Holy Mother Offset. Offset sits in this seat, and she's the one that learns devotion, dreams, something else with her too. Oh, your early learning, and ego. You get all of that from Offset, right? These are, this is the tree of life grid. Some people call it the the Kabbalah. Let's see here. Them lines go across like that. You got Aset, Sobek, Het and Geb, right? These are the layers of thinking. I'm showing y'all how to structure the mind, because the mind don't have a structure to it. It doesn't have a form. And the ancient Egyptians, for lack of a better word, the Tamarans, they knew this, right? That's why they built pyramids. See the pyramid? Right? And this one goes like this. You see that? And this is why Saru got the white crown on his head. Can y'all see that? And when they be trying to tell y'all about the Kabbalah and the tree of life, and this represents this and this represents that, this is where they got that from, man. They took all these stuff from you, man. They took your shit from you. You see the hat that the Pope got on, right? That's the crown of a Saru that he got on his head. Those that was defected from the Roman Catholic Church, they ended up with a column, a cone on their head. You hear me? They became your witches and your warlocks. But the witch and the warlock or the magician, they both got the same hat. They both got the same hat on. Have you noticed that? Seen Merlin the magician? He got a hat. He got a cone shaped hat with a brim on it. It go all the way around 360 degrees. Same thing for the witch. The witch got a cone shaped hat and it got a brim that go all the way around on it. One wears black and the other one wears white. When they activate like the Wonder Twins, they turn into the Baphomet. I'm just telling you. Hey, man. And people are falling for the image of the beast. You got to get out the image of the beast and find a default setting that will adhere to your genetics. And this is why I'm always bringing up the Happy Now Valley. That's your default. If you don't know your tribe and all of that, man, fuck all of that. What's the preset knowledge base that you need to learn? And they put it as big as day. Them big ass pyramids, they call it the eighth wonder of the world. Should be the first wonder of the damn world. One of those damn bricks weigh over 2,000 tons. Weigh over 2,000 pounds. One brick. The space in between each brick is thinner than a piece of paper. And during certain times of the day, the light goes through the shafts and it makes something on the walls in the temples. See, they're not showing y'all all of that. Certain times during the day, you can see a full electrical grid system right from the sky. They're not going to show you that. It's going to activate something inside of you. Some of them ancient chromosomes inside of you that's been laying dormant, that shit going to start waking up. They over there right now taking the women off of the pages off the wall, turning them white. They doing that shit right now. They ain't doing it to the men. They conducting ceremonies and doing all type of shit and abstracting the hiccups that was left for you, right? That shit was left for you. You got a right to write a passage. You just forgot who you were. And see now, the beings that are being born now, right? That's why they try to put all this bullshit out here. They automatically activate it, but you automatically go ahead and put a cell phone in their hand. You put a tablet in their hand and tell them to stay busy. All that shit doing is corrupting the neocortex activity of that child, because the brain doesn't stop developing until they're 25. So if you give a child something early on in life that's going to corrupt the integrity of their brain while it's still growing, you shouldn't give it to that child. But the person that's making millions and billions of dollars off of those damn tablets, you think they give a damn? Hell no, they don't. They would rather be a billionaire than be over concerned about your child's welfare and their brain activity. That don't mean shit to them. You hear me? Y'all better wake up. Wake up and come back home. Come back to that which reflects you. That means you're going to have to stop acting like a nigga. Like, damn, I don't want to stop acting like a nigga. You ain't ready to catch on to that frequency. That's what the beast has provided for you. Right? Niggerdom. Negativity is what I call it. You call each other bitches, hoes, niggas, and dogs. Those are not formidable, acquaintable names to be calling one another. Oh, we're using it for a term of endearment. You don't even know what the word means. At least look it up and know what the shit means. Right? So we can start producing a populace of people that will make this world a better place. But for the people from Generation Z, we are the new adults. Just like if you want to run for president, they don't let you run for president when you're 18 or when you're 19 or when you're 21 and you're 25. You don't even know who you are yet, right? You at least got to be 40. And so all you people that's over 40 years old, you got to set the example. You got to set the example for those that's coming up behind you so they'll know the right things to do. They'll know the right ways to conduct themselves. They won't be disrespectful and out of bounds at the rate that some children are, how unruly they can be. And for my so-called black people in the New World of North America, for y'all, what you got to realize is that you've been taking your social cues from somebody that's been hell-bent on working against you or on a system. Let me put it like that. You didn't accept a system that's hell-bent on working against you. You don't have to do that. You seen them 22 cities I reposted with the brother? He named the 22 cities that they destroyed here in America. Caucasian people, and they haven't been held to the letter of the law. And they won't be. You want to charge them with something, you got to go to a court that's outside of their jurisdiction, not one that's here on this territory. You got to go somewhere else and file a claim. You hear me? But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother topic. Back to where we was at talking about these systems and these programs and putting our attention in the right direction. We already had the capability of doing that. It's just that every time that we do it, you got to show us how much of a devil you could be. Every time. We ain't doing nothing to nobody. We minding our damn business. and here your ass come with your Gargamel ass. You know how Gargamel was with the Smurfs? Smurfs wasn't fucking with Gargamel. Wasn't fucking with that nigga. They was la 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 la. They was la la like a motherfucker. Here come Gargamel hating ass. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to deal with all the damn time. Some goddamn babies. Real narcissistic. Don't even really want the truth. Just want to know that they could be absolved from the truth. No, you can't. You got to take the truth like everybody else. God damn it. Pucker up, Buttercup. God damn. Right? Anybody got any questions out there? Give y'all a second to go ahead and take that down. But the Saru Amun represents the consciousness, the original state of being, all in all. Then you have Asar. Asar is the omnipresent one with all. Tahuti is the all-knowing. Sikert carries the all power of all understanding. Mayat, that's the law, the governing nature, just thinking in general. So that's the deity that's over your thinking, is Mayat. That's why he's talking about the heart being what? As light as a feather. But it has to be a spiritual heart. It can't be a physical heart, because then it's not going to be lighter, right? And that means that you still need to learn the law. You still need to govern. You still need the nature. And when they put your heart on the scale, they absolve all of your thoughts, all the thoughts that you ever thought, all the thoughts that you ever think, pulled it out of your heart and let your words and your actions weigh itself. And when your words and your actions balanced out, your heart disappeared and your spiritual heart occurred. It appeared. And once the spiritual heart came out, guess what happened? The feather was heavier than the heart. So now you, as a spiritual being, get to walk into the house of Usir, and he'll let you sit down at his table and offer you bread, duck, beer, music. You follow? Then you'll be commandeered into the afterlife to sit down with the company of deities, the Inad, and listen to their stories. Because that's what we would do. This is your system. They don't want you to know this, but this baloney yard. Hiru Kuti, right? That's the grown version of Haru. Hiru is when he become an age. Hiru Kuti is when he becomes the ruler, right? Like they show you 3 stages to Jesus. That's where they got this shit from. They show you Jesus as a baby. They show you Jesus as a young man. And then they show you Jesus as a full adult, right? That's where they took that from. But that's Hirukuti, divine justice, law, analytical thinking. So Maya has one type of thinking, and Harukuti has an analytical thinking. But that means that we're going to give you all the benefits of the doubt. We got to analyze. So once you get to the analytical level, then you start to let the beings know what you're thinking. You're using your free will to do this, right? All of that's get processing through the logical mind or the creative mind, the Het Hiru. Set is the receiver. She goes into a trance with devotion and access her dreams. You can hone these skills in during your early learning as a child. And this is where you develop your ego. You hear me? Leave a 9 in the comment section if you guys got that so I could erase the board. These is your deities. You gotta know your deities. You gotta venerate them, give them their right reverence. Say that last part again. Which last part was that, beloved? You gotta venerate your deity. You gotta know your deities, right? You gotta know them and give them their reverence. They can hear your call. You know, gotta pay attention. Pay attention to them, and they'll pay attention to you. You call on them, and they're gonna respond to the call. But they can only do it at the rate that you are able to do it with yourself, with your dearly departed, right? And they open up the corridors to the ancestors. And once those compounded efforts that we give on a daily basis, those devoted efforts that we contribute to depositing into those that come before us, it'll open up a channel to the ancient ancestors. And the ancient ancestors will open up a channel to the deities, the Netaru, which you will refer to as the gods, right? Not one god, gods, plural, right? It's a whole bunch of gods. And you're the children of these beings, genetically. They don't want you to know that, man. They knew this day was going to come. And they just like, man, it just keep coming at them. There ain't nothing they can do about it. There's nothing they can do about it. They try to come up with their own little whatever the fuck. But it's like, no, y'all got too much shit to address. For all of the younger Caucasians, they left too much on your desk that need to be addressed. And you know it too. And some of them address that shit. They do. Some of them be addressing it. But that shit need to be addressed. Because we are the custodians of this planet. We the original custodians. We know how to take care of it and keep the ecosystem going and keep everybody not at war with one another. You hear me? Not being divisible amongst one another. You said address what? You must be a Caucasian person. Address all the atrocities that your forefathers did. I mean, damn, the money that we spend it got racist, rapist faces on it. The money that we spend, right? That got to be addressed. Tuskegee experiment, that shit need to be addressed. The bombing in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Rosewood, Lake Lanier, and all them other cities that they buried up under, all that shit got to get addressed first, man. That's what I'm saying that need to be addressed. You hear me? Because your average pale person is like, hey, everybody just needs to love. And yeah, we do. But guess what? We don't need to hear that from you. If you ain't addressing the atrocities like Jane Elliott or Tim Wise to that capacity, then you shouldn't even be saying nothing. Right? But I don't blame you. I'm saying that they left a bunch of shit on y'all desk to address. They like, we ain't addressing this shit. We don't give a fuck. We the beasts. We'll leave it up to the next generation. Maybe they'll do that shit. But hell, fuck that. You hear me? But that's what I mean by that, level. That's what I mean by that. And see, it's all just a physical play because we really spiritual beings, right? We just think that we this body. You only this body for 100 years. They leaving y'all distracted with your 100 years that you got and got you focusing and concentrating on everything but the self. You're not even looking at what to prepare for what's after here, man. They want your ass caught up in the fucking quantum loop. You coming back to this motherfucker. You keep incarnating back over here again and again and again and again. Because you don't want to get it right. That shit that came to you 9 or 10 times what to do the right way. You still did it the wrong way. Right? It ain't even you, it's the mind. I told you guys, it's the mind. The mind is what's making everything happen that's going against you. Because it's like, yo, man, just make sure that my body is functioning. You know, fart when I need to fart, nigga. Give me a prompting that I need to go pee. That's what you do. Right? That's what you do. You just give me that prompting like you was designed to do and let me handle the rest. If I need your help, I will let you know. Right? But you got to get that type of rapport with your mind. It's about to be 1:11. We're going to go ahead and call out the 99 Netaru. Who partner to that? Minu nut sheu kawun elabihu. Atunre. Nu net. He het. He ket amunet. Atum shu tefna geb nut oset osoru. Neptet satuk haru happy anquid anti nefertum. Mantu bepti sekmet het har best pata. Bas am hotep. Who mi hurt kepri. Meskehenit. Right? Kentamintu. Hika Neef Mayat Renintat Shah Sishat Mapdat Sobek Anubu Kanum Kansu Tanin Sia Hikat Amsu Sarapi Atumre Tahudi Taret Selkat Ha Nahepka Sokar Bait Akir Ani Hirit Wabwawit Sikat Hitat Maresgir Sia Getit Astinu Bahutit Kanimtet Minket Him Madudi Kabasinu Duamutep Merit Ura Edu Nikabit Sikat Anukat Jet Tim Ua Uas Anku Afnu Satis Sakti, Imta'a, Nina, Imuet, Mseti, Himamu, Reshef, Mary, Amun Ray, for the sake of all. Kawu. All right. Got a good one in there today, baby. So anybody, any other questions? Miss Nettie, hey, let Nettie. Nettie got any other questions? Peace and love, Miss Nettie. Nettie be coming through. We'll follow you back. I'm sorry I ain't followed you. But yeah, I've been seeing you, Nettie. You've been up in the live. You've been up in the live and tapping the like button. I know Galactus. I know Galactic. Okay. Peace and love, beloved. Namaste. Yeah, she coming to San Antonio? Okay, you coming in July? Coming from the July event? Right on. Right on. We look forward to seeing you. Peace and love, you guys. Peace and love. Yeah, come join us in San Antonio, July the 7th. July the 7th. It's going down. Oh, no, not July the 7th, July the 25th. We might do 2 days. I don't know. We might do 2 days, you guys. It depends on how many people coming out. You know, we had too many people, we're going to do 2 days. But, yeah, it's going down July the 25th, San Antonio, Texas, for the AAA Ancestral Activation Altar Workshop and Seminar, right? Come learn how to construct an activated altar, all the necessary components, the rituals that you can start conducting at your altar, um, and how you get everything going, right? Uh, take advantage of it now. Uh, this bypass the vetting process of coming up under my helm and becoming a student. The students are the ones that have taken the discourse, and these workshops give you a chance to just get the tech, uh, get your altar all in one sitting, and you come up under my tutelage, right? The first 90 days, you're gonna have that full access to me, because I make sure that the people, you know, are following the instructions concisely. You follow my instructions, you can't help but to knock it out the park. I have one individual, I'm not gonna say your name, sister, that you need to call me, and she wanted like, I'm just gonna do it this way. I was like, hey, go ahead and do what you do it is. You know, what the fuck? You know that shit wasn't working. Not the way it's supposed to work, right? So they think they be having it together until they see my discourse. The 17 steps on there, man, people be missing at least 9 or 10 on average. Like, damn, I ain't know that. But I'm here to get it right. And see, it's for you to connect with your dearly departed, your mama, somebody that you lost that you was close to. Not somebody that was just, you didn't really know about them. And no, somebody that you had a rapport with, a progenitor, right? Not a cousin, not an auntie, somebody who made way for you to be here. That's how you pay your debts of gratitude to those before you. You acknowledge them on a daily basis, man. It only take about 4 or 5 minutes. Shit, when I'm burning my ancestor money and pouring my libations out, man, I run out of names. I mean, I run out of water. I run out of money. You hear me? I go through them names. I call out teachers and everything. But I got to get my mama hers first, my grandmamas and my granddaddies. Then what if it was a cousin? Hey, man, you could, like I said, you should know. You should already know all this stuff, Tasha. But nobody should hold a precedence over your progenitors. You know what I mean? Not in case they raise you from birth. But if it ain't like that, then it's still just your cousin. That ain't your mama or your daddy or your grandmother or grandfather. We love our cousins. We love everybody. But I'm just saying what gets a real ashe is you giving them their just due, right? And we all need that. We just stop paying attention to them after they gone. But they thinking about you still, even though they not here physically. They putting as much energy as they can to open up pathways for you to progress. And we're not even aware of it. And if it does align with the acuity of our awareness, we'll say Jesus did it. We'll say God did it. We'll say the universe did it. It was your big mama, right? That was Big Mama Sealy doing that shit. Your ass up here bullshit. Speculating about what it was or who it was, right? All they need is some daily acknowledgement. Tell their stories every once in a while to your children or your cousins or your aunt, or your nephews and nieces. Pull out their pictures if you got them and let them see them. Tell them what's going on. But they thinking about you. You know what I mean? And everybody is aware of this stuff except the so-called black people in the New World of North America. We the only ones that's not in alignment with our family lineage. The only ones. They don't even give a damn. Right? And that's where your defense come from. I'm always hearing people talk about being spiritually attacked all the time. And it's like, yo, man, your line of defense is your own family tree. Their blood is coursing through your veins. So they have an interest in you, whether you aware of it or not, whether you like it or not. Then nobody asked you to come through that bloodline. You decided to come through it so that you could get educated on what you need to know. It was the only way that it would happen. It's the only way that you would even be brought to this point for those that's been drawn here. Because I tell y'all, your deceased loved ones see what I do for mine because they over there with them. But they wondering how come ain't nobody doing that for them, right? And what some of my people attempt to do is to get them to understand that it's the conditionings of the social engineering program of our people here. And we're never taught to make that type of connection. And I just did a live yesterday on YouTube talking about making an actual connection versus a speculative connection. And many people at best are capable of pulling off a speculative connection, right? And the experience is quite mild, but they'll over dramatize it. And you want to operate from a station in your own psychic center that you're capable of identifying, i.e. a mother or a father, a grandmother or grandfather, even a cousin, right? Even a cousin. I ain't saying you can't make a connection to them, but that's not who you don't owe your cousin Ray Ray. No, you don't owe him no Ashe. Not say you can't give him one, but he not owed that. That's to your grandmama. You know, you got a grandmama over there. You want to give it up to Ray Ray over your grandmama. That don't get no Ashe. You gotta give it up to grandmama first. You know what I mean? Go make her a hot plate of what the fuck she like. And tell Ray Ray, nigga, hopefully she'll share that shit with you. But you hear me? It's a pecking order. And when it comes to the gods, what you refer to as the gods, they're not gonna work with you if they don't see that you're not working with your own elders. They're like, damn, man, you ain't even devoted to the people that the sacrifice for your ass. Well, I don't want your reverence. I don't even need it. See, the real guys, they don't need your prayers. They don't need your admiration. They already gonna still be that, whether you aware of them or not. You making yourself aware of them, you better make sure that you on par with everything that you need to be doing. Because if not, they'll fuck your shit up and make you get on point. Like, yo, the fuck you getting my attention for? All you wanna, I ain't even got your shit in there. Here, let me fuck everything up for you so you can start all over and get this shit right. Not that bothering me with this bullshit. Y'all ain't ready to hear that type of stuff. Man, go ahead and let that motherfucker cycle through about 100,000 more lifetimes. You got a lot of shit to learn. Right? But it's a pecking order. They see you up there being dedicated and devoted to your dearly departed and showing them reverence and pouring your libations every day and telling their stories and being upright, right? Conducting yourself in under the principles of Mayat, right? Showing that you got, you know, some sense about yourself and setting a good example for those that come behind you, right? These are all checkpoints that need to be met in the milestones of your evolution before a being of a celestial ranking will decide to interact with you or to answer your calls and stuff like that. You just can't be doing it because you think that you special and you deserve it. Nah, you got to prove that shit to you. Got to prove that to your own oversoul first. Because your oversoul won't even come down below your intuition. That's the ground for your higher self, is your intuition. And if you can't pick up the promptings on your first mind, it'll stop reaching out to you. Like, shit, let me stop reaching out. This motherfucker not even cognizant. I'm reaching out to him. Like, damn, let me just quit then. You know, go ahead, let him live his little human life. Let him think you're dreaming when he go to sleep. It's a lot, you know. Some of y'all will run right into me and don't even know it. What, you know, and maybe have ran into me and didn't even know it. walk right past you, but you wasn't on that frequency. Now, some years later, some of y'all on that frequency now. Now you're like, oh shit. But that's just how the way everything unveils itself. When a student is ready, the teacher will appear. And as I said, I am my ancestors' keeper, and I am a master of alignment. I'm an altar activation expert. At this point, I'm an expert at what I do. I don't do everything, right? I deal with the orgone. I teach RéKnowology, right, which is my own curriculum, if you want to call it that. That I branched from Nuwabu, which is my foundation, and I took the Neteru and integrated them into an arithmetic system that integrates biology, science, and the attributes of the deity and the elements into one, right? And this puts you in tune with the vibration and the energy and vibration, frequency, and energy or sound of the universe, as Nikola Tesla said. He who discovers those things, they got the keys to the universe. And I told you guys, you got a physical universe and then you got a spiritual universe. And the spiritual universe is so expansive that your material universe appears like a germ within it. It's how more expansive it is. So we so hell bent on our stature just in the societal infrastructure of things. We're not even looking at the tapestry of our size and structure, galactically, let alone universally, right? It's over 100 billion stars in your galaxy. And inside of your universe, there's over 52 sextillion galaxies in your universe. So imagine how many planets that orbit these particular suns or these stars and the type of organisms that are thriving and living on them, right? You got a star in your local nebula by the name of XYJ Canis. Not even Canis, it's major Canis, I think it is. This shit like 65 million times larger than our sun. Our sun looked like a pebble. So imagine the size of, the moths that thrive on that planet that's orbiting that sun. Think of how large those moths is. They're about the size of Shaquille O'Neal. You hear me? They like the size of Shaquille O'Neal. Now imagine if they adapted the intelligentsia to operate technology and found a way to move through portals and go to other planets where they could thrive and take over the landscape of the planet. You know how much up a shit creek you would be? You'd be up shit creek. But other star systems got stars that far outrank our sun in stature. Our sun is very tiny in comparison to other suns in our local nebula. It's very tiny. So beings on other planets are a lot more, their stature is a lot more bigger than ours. And we overestimate our position in the tapestries of the Milky Way. We on the fringe end of the galaxy. You in the ghetto of the galaxy. You in the skid row of the galaxy. Right? All of the hyper accelerated divine evolutionary experiences take place closer to the core. And your oversoul is picking up the transmissions from that core and it's attempting to relay those transmissions to you, but you don't have enough corridors open in your consciousness to receive that transmission. Some of you guys call them downloads. It's not a download, it's a transmission. And it can only facilitate what you're capable of understanding. So you want to expand your self-awareness and start to study or develop a template or take a template that has study habits to it, which you get that from the 1089 manual available on the website, and add some structure to how you start breaking this stuff down, because you don't have to eat it all up in one day. It's a bite at a time, a bite at a time. You know, those intentions, those efforts, over time they compound, and then it starts to coagulate and form into a miraculous event, a copious event, or a higher stature and evolution, or in some cases all three, right? You just have to be diligent and devoted. And we devote ourselves to football teams and basketball teams and to fucking celebrities and rappers and shit, but we can't devote can't be devoted to us. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, you cut most of that shit out and we start putting that attention on you. Watch what you able to do. Fuck what everybody around you saying. Look at what you'll be able to do, and look how that shit'll make you feel. Whatever it is, if you like, you know, designing cars and painting them a certain way, start doing that shit. Start carving out time for the things that you like to do, man. You're not gonna be here for 1,000 years. You better read, study lessons, and build your inner power, and then do what you like to do. And put yourself in a position where you can do those things. And it'll get done. You just gotta have want to. You hear me? Because the devil, the Dajjal, the Cabal, the Luciferians, what they do is they're not making you do nothing. They just suggesting. And you listening to their suggestions. You allowing their suggestions to convince you. And because you allow it to convince you, don't mean that it's, that shit is right and exact. And nah. You better start aligning yourself with nature, aligning yourself with the sun, aligning yourself with your oversoul, and aligning yourself with your ancestors. Period. That's all you really got to do. That's what I teach the people in the community and to many of my students, right? All you have to do is have some want to. If you kind of do it, it's kind of going to work. If you really do it, then it's really going to work. I don't look for fence straddlers. I don't look for people that want to put their toe in the water or stuff like that. I can't really help you. I'm here for the divers, the people that's been looking for this. Them the people I'm here for. Right? Everybody else just want to. I don't know what the hell they want to do. You hear me? But I take people there, and within 12 months, vibrationally, I'm gonna take you faster in 12 months than it'll take you in 12 years to go on your own. In 1 year, 12 months vibrationally. You become my student, you come under my helm, you're going to get advanced. I'm telling you, you're going to be advanced. You might not think you're learning nothing. Some people like, I don't think I know nothing. I'm just like, man, please. Go talk to a layman or a commoner and then gauge what you know then. He'll be like, damn. Hey, shit. I gotta start hanging around some different people. And there's no offense to those people. It's just that, what are you capable of understanding? And a lot of people don't want to understand much. They're comfortable being coy and ignorant. You know, they still plugged into the matrix. And I too was once there. So I don't fret about it. I don't even harp on it. I just know I have a degree of empathy because I put myself in other people's shoes. And anytime that I start getting like that, I start looking at my own self and saying, what can I improve on to make myself a better person? Right? Because Everybody not gonna get it the first time around. You know what I mean? They just not gonna get it. You said fast things. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, beloved. You know what I mean? Uh, but you know, these are some of the prerequisites to having those type of connections to off-world beings, uh, exhibiting off-world activities safely. You know what I mean? Without using any catalysts or psilocybins or mind-altering drugs in order to obtain these type of results. You just need to drink your water. Make sure that your stomach is clear, right? So that's the abdominal brain. That's how you're able to remember and retain information a lot better. But if you got a big a big stomach, your stomach is like way too big. It's just that you know, you're not using your willpower, right? Like I showed y'all in the grid that was sitting up there. That's Heru. Yo, Heru then got too big, can't move around. You know what I mean? And once that stomach is clear, that's why I talk about the moringa and even eating smoothies. Start taking more smoothies than you do consume solid foods. And what'll begin to occur is your body can start maximizing the energy that it distributes in order to break things down in your body. And your body is working 24/7. You don't give it no break. You giving it extra shit to do when you start eating them heavy ass meals, right? You're giving it too much to do. When you give it a smoothie or you take some moringa or some other type of herbs, you ain't giving it much to do. It can go through that shit like it's nothing. And now it don't have to work so hard. And now your energy levels start to balance out. Your cortisol levels, your serotonin and melatonin levels start to balance out. Your hormones, your testosterone and estrogen levels, they start to balance back out, right? That sets the ground for your meditation. And I got a piece called the DreamTEK Ultra. The DreamTEK Ultra will dial you right into your subconscious mind. And now you got to address your deficits. That shit gonna come up. And not in a bad way. It's gonna come up in a way like, yo, you need to handle this. Yo, you need to pay attention to this today. And it's gonna come up in a way to where you're ready to handle it. Whatever it may be, right? Whatever it may be. Because when you go to sleep at night, that's the first thing that gets presented to you is all the thoughts, words, and actions that you acquired during that day and the day before. The subconscious mind presents that stuff to you first and shows you what could benefit you when you wake up from this shit. Because it come back to you again before you wake up in the short dream state, right? That's something we go over in the community. You guys got to come join the 1089 tech community. Come join us on the Google chat. You do have to purchase a piece of tech in order for that to occur. But that's your entry level to come on in and, come see how we getting in over there. You're not ready to meet us over there? Come get with us on the school. Because I'm going to do some joints on the school too. We're going to get on the school and do something over there. But yeah, I'm starting to spread myself across other platforms. And if you guys enjoy the information, come over to the other platforms and see how all this stuff connects. Or come out to the events too. Come see me in person, right? Come out to these events. A lot of y'all be missing like those windows of opportunities for you to take them quantum jumps. You be missing them. You will miss the opportunity. Like, damn, man, I should have came to that one. Like, yeah, you should have missed it, right? And it ain't what you expecting it to be either, right? It ain't. You can't even really pinpoint how things gonna go. But we gonna be in Atlanta for all my people again. My people in Atlanta, Decatur, Stone Mountain, Lithonia, Austell, Marietta, Lawrenceville. What's the other place? Conyers, Covington, Macon, all the way down to damn Augusta. I will be in Atlanta March the 7th and the 8th. Come and join us for the 1089 seminar, 7th and the 8th. On the Saturday, we will be going over RéKnowology 102, right? Dealing with the sacral area and the solar plexus. After that, we will be going into the science of Het Hiru, right? The science of the Netaru, Het Hiru. That will be the Saturday class. It's a little bit shorter than the one on Saturday, but it's a little bit more advanced, right? Bring your pens and your paper. You know, please do not have your phone out during these events, and please keep the noise down because the seating gonna be limited. So, yeah, just keep the noise down. No chitter chatter during the damn presentation, please, and let everything just flow how it's gonna flow. We're going to cut out time for people that still want to come out. We got the Paruti passport. You want to get one of them passports off the website. You can come and purchase the pyramids, the unks, and stuff like that without attending the event. But you do have to wait until the event is complete before you make your purchases. And we have to respect the attendees. But I'm just attempting to make everything open up for everybody at whatever level you would like to attend the event. Since we will be in Atlanta, this is our 8th time in Atlanta. It's the 8th time. I'm not coming back to Atlanta. No. It's the 8th time. You know, and we're going to finish off what we're doing in Texas, man. Y'all going to have to come on out to Texas. And, you know, and next we got Dallas. We come into Dallas. See, some people like, oh, I'm going to just wait till he come to Dallas. Oh, I'm just going to wait till he come to San Antonio. Oh, I'm just going to wait till then. I'm just going to wait. Boy, don't be doing that. You will never get there, right? Don't say what you ain't going to do if you ain't going to do it. You know, because I'm telling y'all, that time will pass by. And look at for last year. I told you guys the year before last about last year, about the S seminar. I know y'all remember that. Like, yo, the S seminar. S seminar, that's next November, San Antonio. I was saying that in Atlanta. Like, make sure y'all come join us for the S seminar. So we got these next two. I ain't even told y'all about the one in Dallas. But that's going to be the next one. That's in November, right? In between then, I'll do some webinars. We do webinars and bring people in. I do little discounts during webinars too. So y'all look out for that as well. Anybody got any other questions? I don't got no questions. I'm going to get my ass off of here. It's a work day anyway. I don't even supposed to be online. Right? I'm really not. Come on, man. Y'all ain't got no questions. Get the hoodies. Hoodies available on the website. Caps available on the website. OrgoniteTEK available on the website. Ancestor money. The oils. The ebooks. Come join us for the event. We're taking off for 2026. It's the happy Sekhmet year. I've been your beloved brother, Dr. RéKnowology. Said, what is the particular? Man, you got to read that book, The RéKnowology of Alkaline Water. I've been your beloved brother, Dr. RéKnowology, Master OrgoniteTEK builder, teacher of RéKnowology, wielder of primordial energy. I am my ancestors' keeper. I'm an altar activation expert. Come and join us tomorrow, 11:11, after 11:11 on the TikTok. All right? All right. Who am I? Peace and love. I do.